So recently I've been playing A Little Lily Princess, which is a Yuri visual novel game loosely based on A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I feel like I should preface this review by saying that I am a touch biased. I'm a big fan of Hanako games. I own everything they've ever published except for one. But you should know I'm an even bigger fan of The Little Princess, so I was a bit worried about someone taking on the source material. I'm incredibly happy to say that my worries were unfounded. While I do have some minor issues with this game, the one thing it does do wholeheartedly is stick to its source material. That's not to say the plot points are all the same. But, and this is a big but, Sarah's conviction in herself, the way she holds herself and the strength she has in the original story is all there. And to me at least, that's what makes the book so special, and now, by extension, the game. The story is told incredibly well. Sarah has many monologue scenes using Emily, her doll, as a confidant. She talks to her about her situation, the things she wants to say but can't or shouldn't, and it paints a very real and sympathetic picture. The characters around Sarah are strong too. Although I will admit there is one route I haven't completed. Lottie, the little girl, because every time she talks I feel an overwhelming desire to fill her mouth with socks. Her aside, the rest of the cast are very strong and varied, so there's something for everyone. Shy Ermengarde, independent Mariette, determined Jessie, even Lavinia, Sarah's rival, gets a route that I thought I would hate and then really enjoyed. Whether I liked the characters or not, the writing for everyone was solid, and the relationships between the characters built well. This is another key part of The Little Princess in my opinion, the relationships the girls create and how they shift as Sarah's circumstances change and she goes from princess to scullery maid. The only slight issue I had was I felt the Yuri was a bit shoehorned into some routes. Ermengarde's route is the one that really springs to mind. I didn't get the relationship vibe there until right up at the very end where it came out of nowhere. But on the other hand, the Yuri completely made some other routes. Moving away from the story before I gush any more and into the gameplay. This is the game's biggest stumbling block. Each week you're given a sheet to plan out what you're going to do. For each activity you pick, there's 3 outcomes that give you tokens which are cashed in at the end of the week and converted into stats. Until they're cashed, the tokens can be changed by different activities. For example, going for a walk might change the vigor tokens you have into grace. These stats are the game's currency. You can use them to buy character scenes you want to see at the weekend. After the money is taken, the stats go down and you're left to build it up again next week. That part I didn't mind so much. It's a bit of world building and makes the player feel like they have agency in Sarah's day-to-day rather than just pointing her at the sexiest lady and going mush. However, if you want to see as many character scenes as possible, which I'm assuming you do because it's the entire point of the game, you're better off save scumming. See, if you pick your activities and the random generator doesn't give you the right tokens, and you just skip the weekend and don't get seen that week, and that's not fun. It gets worse later when Sarah becomes a scullery maid and you have to pick between cleaning activities, but since the route you're on gets locked at this point, you only need enough for one character. Just get as many misery tokens as possible. So the player is put in a strange position where it's beneficial to make your character as miserable as possible. But the gameplay doesn't dominate the game, the writing and art does. And my final point is going to be about music. Seriously, it's gorgeous and heartfelt and just generally wow. Seriously, just ignore the gameplay completely. It does not matter, you have to see the rest of it. Thanks for watching everyone, remember to like, comment and subscribe.